And the way we direct our consciousness creates matter, ultimately. So we can influence matter. We can change physical matter around us. And what we think and how we feel and our emotions give rise to the reality around us. We'll talk a bit more about that as we go on. And as I stated previously, everything in the universe is connected through the quantum field, and we can influence future events and outcomes by connecting to the quantum field and shifting the information in the field. And our mindset and our neural networks that have developed in our brain ultimately influence how the universe creates our physical reality, because we are always connected to the quantum field. There are certain practices and ways in which we can more directly influence the quantum field in a faster way, in a more profound way. But the quantum field, the universe, is always connected to our mind. And so how we are programmed and how those neural networks have formed ultimately is what is creating our reality. And we can think of those neural networks as subconscious programming. So subconscious programs, for the most part, run our actions and our behaviors, and because consciousness gives rise to the reality around us and our subconscious mind is constantly communicating with the universe, most of our reality and most of our life experiences are created unconsciously. So did you know that actually 70% of our subconscious programs are most likely not serving us? And the average person is operating from less desirable or maybe more negative subconscious programs for a majority of their day. So right there, we've got good data that starts to help us understand that the majority of our life experience is being created unconsciously, and we want to move into a place of conscious creation. And the programs that the algorithms are creating are the things and events that we're experiencing in life. So the universe just starts to run the program based off of the algorithms that we're giving it. But the good news is that we can learn how to control those algorithms. The algorithms can be changed. And when we change our subconscious mind, we're changing the algorithms, and then we start to experience new things. So you change the algorithms and you can change your life. That is, in some cases, what causes certain people to show up in your life. It may be a situation where you have a pattern that keeps repeating because of that neural network, because of that trauma that is still living in your system. And so we've got to do the work to release those deeply held traumas or distorted imprints. In shamanic energy medicine, we talk about how the energy field gets distorted or imprinted with all this information. So not only is the mind programmed a certain way, but our energy field is also containing information. And you can work with a practitioner of energy medicine. You can do energy clearings to shift the energy in your field to make it an easier process for your mind to reprogram. And most people don't know that most of our subconscious programs or beliefs are programmed into us before the age of 7 or 8. And that's because when we are a child, we are mostly in a hypnagogic state. Like, we are hypnotized. We are in an altered state of consciousness as a child until we have developed to around that age of 8 or 9. So in our early childhood, literally everything we are hearing and experiencing is becoming a program and a belief that we are then living by, right? Those programs and beliefs have become the algorithms that the universe is using to create the program of our life. So that's why you hear a lot of people talk about the inner child work. Really, what that's getting at is going back to those very early beliefs and programs, subconscious programs that we took on, and changing them so that we're giving the universe something different to reflect back to us. A lot of people talk about the universe being holographic in nature, that we are constantly experiencing a reflection of our inner reality. This is another way to think about it. You can also do a lot of deep mindset work to understand your unconscious behaviors and those unconscious programs that your mind took on. When we start to gain an awareness of our self-talk and how we're thinking in our head all day, that can help us understand what those unconscious or limiting beliefs might be. And as we identify those limiting beliefs and those fears and those anxieties and those doubts that we've been programmed with, we can then start to become a more empowered creator of our life experience. And that's what this is all about. Manifestation is about becoming an empowered creator with the universe. You're meant to be a co-creator with the universe. You are meant to step into your power as God, with God, to create actively. We're here to create, and these are the two extremes. We're here to create heaven or hell, ultimately, right? And there's a whole spectrum in between that we can create. And as we start to remember that we're just creators and we're here to learn some lessons and grow as we go along, and we're here to have fun and see what we can create with the universe, manifestation can become a fun game. So we can use the power of intention as we become more powerful beings to direct consciousness in the direction we want it to go. And you can just think of this as your intentions directing energy. So you're using your mind to direct energy and to create, and you are in constant conversation with the universe. And you want to be intentional, right, about the situations that you're creating. You don't want to be living in an unconscious way where you're just reacting to life constantly, right? You want to be in the driver's seat. And as a caveat there, we live in a complex world. We live in a world that is in the process of healing from a ton of trauma. And we're going to continue to experience some complications and challenges as we transition eras.